This is my favorite speech in all of history. What makes it strong is not just the technique, although the technique is incredible, but the fact that it speaks to a deep and fundamental universal principle, which is that at all times, in all situations where you have people who have a problematic authority, you have some people who side with the authority, you have some people who side against that authority. Let's look at some of the important techniques. He talks about this idea that if the master got sick, he'd say, "What's the matter, boss? Are we sick?" And by putting the house Negro in this category where he's calling the master we, Malcolm X is letting us know that that he's with the enemy. He's not part of us. He's part of them. He's part of the master side. The really overarching dominant principle, though, that's being used here, in terms of technique anyway, is that he is suspending your ability to fight back. He's not really giving you the option to disagree because he's not presenting a political argument, at least in this part. He is describing a set of historical facts. The only people who would disagree with him here would be, academic historian nerds, and they would have an academic disagreement, not really a political disagreement. And academic disagreements are usually not quite as, for most normal people, not quite as charged as political disagreements. So he sets up these two personality types in history. He doesn't say anyone's like this yet. He just says historically these are these two different types of people. Here's what they were like. Here's how they acted. Here's this one guy who's on the side of the enemy. Here's the other guy who wants to destroy the enemy. And he goes into a lot of detail, and he really sets up a powerful image in your mind, a historical image. Remember, this speech happened in the 1960s. Slavery had ended in the 1860s, so he's talking about the distant past, but in a way that definitely seems relevant to the time. And then he ends by just saying that these two personality types still exist today. And that's it. That's the genius of it. It sets up everything so perfectly. It makes sure that you're aligned with the right side, and it makes sure that it's really clear which side he's on, and the fact that there are still two sides today. Instead of saying, here's what people are doing today, and here's why we need to fight against them, he's just saying, here's what people did then. And now you can use your own brain to see how we still have that today. In this next exercise, you're going to actually use that type of technique in your own persuasion.